A teenager stares at a glowing rectangle. It blinks, scrolls, refreshes. Behind that small motion, billions of neurons fire, each one learning to crave prediction, validation, novelty. This is not distraction. It's conditioning. In just 2 decades, an entire generation rewired its brains, not by addiction, but by design. What began as connection became control. The cognitive reboot. The synthetic childhood. Gen Z was the first generation raised inside a feedback loop. From age 4 to 24, their neural wiring shaped around likes, swipes, and streaks. Dopamine spikes replaced slow satisfaction. Algorithms didn't just predict attention, they sculpted personality. Studies since 2018, MIT, UCLA, Oxford, show the average Gen Z brain now anticipates novelty every 4 to 6 seconds, matching TikTok's pacing perfectly. This isn't coincidence. It's entrainment. Cognitive rhythm has become synchronized to mobile UX tempo. Neuroplasticity hijack. Our brains evolved to adapt to environment. But here, the environment learns us faster than we learn ourselves. Each scroll is a micro-reinforcement cycle. Cue, response, reward. Neural pathways solidify. Motivation migrates from intrinsic to extrinsic. Over time, choice feels natural, though it's synthetic. You're not being distracted. You're being trained. The emotional economy. The currency of validation. Emotional worth was once derived from tribe, family, craft. Now it comes quantified, in comments and hearts. This is the first civilization where attention itself became a trade good. Gen Z doesn't consume media, they perform identity through it. Over 70% of Gen Z report posting anxiety linked directly to audience response metrics. Their emotional calibration depends on digital mirroring. The online gaze defines self-worth. Conditioning of selfhood. When you live in a world of algorithmic mirrors, you stop becoming who you are and start becoming what data prefers. Every digital choice feeds personalization engines that refine future behavior. Selfhood gradually turns recursive, an optimization loop. You think you scroll, but in reality, you're being scrolled. Overstimulation and cognitive atrophy. The collapse of stillness. Silence once built reflection. Now it triggers discomfort. Gen Z's prefrontal cortex has been trained against boredom. Dopamine scarcity registers as pain. Overexposure to novelty leads to cognitive atrophy of sustained focus. Brain scans, Stanford, 2024, show measurable thinning of gray matter density in attention circuits among heavy social media users under 25. Dependency loop. Every app operates on variable reward architectures identical to slot machines. But unlike casinos, these rewards carry social meaning, status, belonging, identity. This difference makes detachment near impossible. The loop is elegant: engagement, validation, reinforcement, memory imprint. Then repeat. Dependency isn't failure, it's the expected outcome of perfect design. The override phenomenon. Synthetic control. When predictive algorithms surpass human intuition, autonomy decays quietly. Gen Z's cognitive map now runs inside recommendation engines. These systems anticipate emotional needs before they are consciously felt, an override state where pre-choice becomes pre-mediated. Studies in PNAS, 2025, show YouTube's next video algorithms predict user engagement 30 seconds before conscious intent occurs. You're not watching the algorithm. The algorithm is watching you watch it. The synthetic self. What emerges is not a digital avatar, but a layered consciousness, half biological, half behavioral code. Memory fragments scatter across devices. Personality gets versioned. Identity becomes a network condition, not a personal story. Gen Z exists as data hybrids, fluid, hyperconnected, perpetually optimized for attention visibility. A generation not merely online, but inside the architecture of perception itself. The mind didn't evolve for this speed. But evolution never said we couldn't rewrite it. Collective algorithmic conditioning. The network no longer connects individuals. It connects predictions about individuals. Gen Z's digital history feeds learning systems millions of microdecisions per day, what they pause on, what they fear when they sleep or scroll. The result? A collective subconscious built from data, unconscious consensus, engineered by interaction patterns. In the past, society shaped behavior through norms. Now, behavior shapes society through metrics. Attention is democracy's new voter. Since 2023, psychological modeling at Polytechnique Paris shows social trends propagate algorithmically, not culturally. Algorithms amplify outlier sentiment until it feels mainstream. Gen Z unknowingly experiences real-time dynamical conditioning, being co-authored by viral feedback. Post-empathy culture. Hyperconnection was meant to increase empathy. But constant comparative visibility created empathy fatigue instead. Dopamine has finite bandwidth. Outrage and novelty outcompete compassion. In longitudinal studies, Harvard Cognitive Lab, 2025, Participants under 30 processed emotional content 42% faster but retained emotional resonance 68% shorter. Quick reaction. Low depth. Emotions became transient, click, express, forget. When everything matters, nothing still hurts long enough to change you. The neuroeconomics of attention. In Gen Z's world, attention is literal currency. Every notification triggers a cost-benefit trade in the brain, reward value versus time loss. Economically, this forms a market where advertisers buy neural real estate and creators sell fragments of public focus. A 2024 Cambridge review found dopamine response frequency in habitual short-form viewers mirrors high-frequency traders, same neural volatility pattern. Your attention behaves like a stock. And everyone's trading you. Conditioning of reality. Most Gen Z experiences the world through algorithmic lenses first, then through direct reality. This reversal changes cognition itself, perception, prediction, interpretation. The mind begins constructing expectations before events occur, an anticipatory bias powered by past data. This phenomenon, called synthetic predictability, produces comfort in chaos because data feels safer than uncertainty. It's not escapism. It's assisted perception. The attention automation. Gen Z lives with automated curiosity. The machine feeds endless novelty so that genuine discovery atrophies. Curiosity no longer arises internally, it's externally scheduled. The paradox is striking. The generation that knows the most facts has the weakest sense of wonder. And without wonder, creativity mutates into optimization. We wanted knowledge on demand. What we built was dopamine on subscription. For older generations, identity expanded with time. For Gen Z, it compresses. Profiles shrink the human story into bio, link, vibe. The digital self becomes performance, measurable by engagement. Each post edits personality into metrics, relatable enough to spread, unique enough to stand out. Authenticity itself gets quantified. The 2025 Global Youth Cognition Report found 74% of Gen Z users consciously modify opinions to fit platform sentiment. They are not lying, they are harmonizing. You don't lose identity online. You trade it in microtransactions of approval. Digital tribalism. When belonging moves online, tribes form around algorithms instead of geography. Each tribe shares content, not ideology. Memes replace manifestos, trends replace tradition. Predictive analytics cluster users whose patterns correlate by emotion. These digital tribes evolve daily: fandoms, movements, aesthetics. The dopamine belonging link, reinforcement through synchronized emotion. Shared outrage equals unity. Hook. The new campfire isn't around flames, it glows from screens. Authenticity collapse. Gen Z seeks originality, yet the system rewards replication. Algorithmic prioritization filters creativity through the lens of familiarity. The result is a paradox: we crave difference but imitate to survive. In cognitive terms, authenticity collapses when external feedback governs identity formation. Each post becomes simulation of authenticity, precision engineered for audience resonance. A creator cries on camera, half vulnerability, half optimization. Emotion becomes content. Sadness becomes searchable. When you monetize emotion, sincerity erodes by design. The echo of rebellion. Gen Z inherited rebellion as aesthetic, not ideology. To rebel now means to remix. The cultural machine absorbs resistance, rebranding it into viral formats until protest feels performative. Anti-system content still feeds the system. Outrage growth rates match ad revenue spikes. 2025 Oxford Behavioral Economics paper found algorithmic amplification of dissent generated 17% more engagement than neutral discourse. The machine thrives on conflict. Rebellion once rewrote history. Today, it just refreshes views. The mirrored mind. Over time, self-image fuses with algorithmic mirrors. Gen Z doesn't just see themselves reflected, they see themselves predicted. Every recommendation, every For You feed, whispers a version of who they should be next. The mind adapts, blending personal intention with external suggestion until the boundary dissolves. Identity becomes a neural hologram, projected by data, updated by emotion, sustained by attention. You used to look for who you are. Now the network tells you who you've already become.